Hey love, welcome back to my channel. So today's reading is the February 2021 Shadow, Light and Guidance for the Fire Signs. Before we get started, I'll just reintroduce myself. My name's Leonie and this is Psychic. Hello, so this is the reading for February 2021 for the fire signs. So these are going to represent our shadow aspect, these are going to represent our light aspect, and these are going to represent our guidance. Okay, so as I said, these are going to represent our shadow. And the shadow aspect is really anything that kind of challenges us, is a bit uncomfortable. Maybe it's something that we need to just be aware of this month, or something that we need to kind of look out for that might potentially trip us up in some way. So let's see what that is. Yeah, I feel I want to go with this one. Let's see what that is. What does this say? Forgetting oneself. Okay. Right, we'll put that there and put these to one side. Right, let's go with our light aspect. So the light aspect is something that is generally really helpful or uplifting in some way, or really healing, something that we need to bring in. Oh dear. Something that we need to bring in order to kind of help us stay higher vibration, or kind of going in a good direction. So let's see, what do fire signs need to hear, please, for that? Okay, so I'm really drawn to this one. Starkeeper. That's so beautiful. Oh, I love the colours. I love the colours. And then last but not least, our guidance. So our guidance is something that is helpful for us to know. It might be the theme for the month. It might just be something else that we need to be aware of. But generally, it's just some extra information for us. So what do we need to know for February, please, for fire signs? It's gonna be this one. Bum bum bum. 7 of Swords. Right, okie dokie. So let's put these to one side. Let's get started. Right, so we'll start with the shadow aspect. So forgetting oneself. I feel like this month the challenge for fire signs, where it's saying forgetting oneself, I feel like that is about maybe trying to like hide who you are, or being a bit frightened to kind of be your true self. Maybe you feel like you're a bit intense sometimes, or maybe you feel like if you reveal who you truly are, that is going to scare away certain people. Maybe you're trying to fit into certain groups. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you started a new job and you're not quite sure if people are ready for like the real you just yet, or maybe you're in the kind of first blossoming stages of a new relationship and you're like, oh, we've still got to be on best behavior. What I would say with this is, don't forget yourself. Don't kind of hide who you are. Just be who you are, because it's going to come out sooner or later. And fire signs, like, you guys are a lot of fun. You're very kind of like you're quite bold, you're quite energetic usually. Obviously that's like massive generalization, but you know, I feel like if you try and kind of hide who you are, or kind of like dim your light, or kind of diminish yourself in some way, you're really doing yourself a disservice, and you are not giving people the opportunity to kind of get to know the real you, which is totally awesome. You know, you are such an awesome person, and I know you might be like, oh well, you don't know me, but I still think you're awesome. I still think you're an awesome person. Everyone is awesome in their own way. I also want to say as well, thank you. So my guide's jumping in and he's saying, don't forget where you've come from. So don't get so caught up this month in trying to be something you're not. Okay, so it's still kind of on the same vein, but this is more on the side of like, don't start kind of pretending to be someone you're not, or something you're not, because eventually who you are is just going to come out. like I said a second ago, you know, is going to come out. So better to just kind of be who you are now, rather than kind of like have it come out later and then people are like, oh, but why have you changed? And you're like, oh, I haven't changed, this is actually who I am. So that's what I would say is kind of something to look out for, or look at this month as shadow aspect for February. So something that is the light aspect for fire signs, star keeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. So sometimes it is really difficult to stay grounded, especially if you've gotten really excited about a new project, or new kind of connections with others, or a new hobby, something like that. It's really difficult sometimes to stay grounded and kind of keep things, I don't want to say realistic because that's kind of limiting, but it's difficult sometimes to stay grounded and stay practical when you're so excited. And I totally get that, like I totally get that. However, what I would say is take your light, take your excitement, take your passion, take your drive and your enthusiasm, and then find a way that it can be made tangible. Okay, how can you get that project moving? How can you get the energy of the thing that you're doing moving? In that way, you are able to then seed the light and stay grounded, because you're actually doing a thing. You're actually, you know, making progress. You actually made a start, or you're gathering momentum, I should say there. Now, it also says cosmic ancestor, and again this month I feel like there's very much this energy coming through of kind of star beings, off earth beings, and as I said, you know, previously, if that resonates, great. If it doesn't, no worries, you know, just kind of disregard that little bit there. But I do feel like there is this connection to star beings, to off earth beings, and I feel like there could potentially be a lot of ancient wisdom coming through to you this month, from cosmic ancestors, from off-earth ancestors. So if you do get kind of weird and wonderful messages, dreams, visions, all of that kind of thing, don't worry about it. Obviously, it's nothing to be worried about. Just kind of make a note of it, write it down, or maybe begin kind of sharing what you've learned, you know, in some of these new circles. And again, in that way, then you're kind of avoiding falling into this potential trap, getting tripped up potentially by this of, you know, pretending to be other than you are. You're then kind of sharing who you are and what you are really about, what you're authentically about. So then, last but not least, I'm going to come to our guidance, and this is the Seven of Swords. Now, traditionally, the Seven of Swords isn't a great card. However, there are no bad cards in tarot. So this one is actually a really good kind of warning, early warning. Okay. Seven of Swords usually comes up when someone is attempting to deceive us, or attempting to kind of pull the wool over our eyes, I should say. So I will say that, you know, there have been some kind of warning signs or some red flags. This is not going to be the first time that you're getting this communication. You know, this is going to be kind of something else in a long line of suspicions that you've had, or I don't know, maybe like just little gut feelings or little inklings that something is amiss, or something is afoot. And I would definitely say here, follow your gut feeling, follow your gut instinct. If you get a feeling that something is not the right path for you to take, then you don't have to take it. If you get a feeling that actually I don't really want to open up to that particular person, or I don't really want to tell that person too much about who I am and what I'm doing, then don't do that. You know, ultimately kind of going with your gut instinct is going to be the best bet here for you. And as we can see, we've got, you know, a number of different warnings happening. You know, this this bird is like, hey, I'm trying to tell you this thing. There's others as well. And then, you know, the thief, the person who's not being particularly honest by his actions there, or their actions there, they're leaving a trail of feathers, a trail of breadcrumbs that can be easily followed. So thank you. My guide is also saying that it might be that you don't want to see the truth as well, and you would rather just kind of go along with what's happening, or just kind of keep quiet about what's happening because you want to maybe like fit in, or you don't want to rock the boat too much. But to be honest with you, my gut feeling about all this is it would be better to rock the boat, and have it all come good in the end. That's how we see the light, really. That's another way that we can see the light, is by being the example. So hopefully that has been helpful for you. If you haven't already, if you can like and subscribe, that would be so amazing of you. And I really hope that you are liking the channel so far. Maybe give this video a little share as well. That would be awesome. I hope to see you again really soon. I'll be doing another one of these readings for the next month as well, but I'll also be doing channeled readings and guided meditations as well. So if you like that kind of thing, then definitely subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.